Layer Farmer 73 here. And what we're about to do is something that we've done before. I don't know why I don't do this before the camera start. I guess you really don't get to seeing yourself until the camera is on. So anyway, what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be doing an air layer on our brand spanking new, that's the other thing I didn't do. Didn't bring down the soil. We're gonna be doing an air layer on our brand spanking new macadamia nut tree. I bought this tree for Lady Led. I know this sounds crazy, but I bought this tree for her because she loved macadamia nuts. That's number one. Number two is the way we found it. We found it. I literally stepped over this tree. I stepped over this tree probably 4 times. What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody in here. This tree was laying down. Y'all gonna see how dry the roots are, how root bound it is. I stepped over this tree. Wanna know why I stepped over it? I stepped over this tree because it was literally laying down on the ground in a parking lot. And I stepped over it to get an avocado tree. How y'all doing? Hey, Game Nerd Mom, how you doing? Hey, who was that? Cammy Maddox. Hey, John King, how you doing? Sam Whittle, Locks and Land Homestead, how you doing? TLC in the Garden, how you doing, my sister? Child of Yah, how you doing, Desi? Okay, so I steps over this tree, and I'm not thinking twice about it. I literally stepped over it. I know I did probably 4 times, no less than 4. Because I'm like, I'm not picking this thing up. You know, these people is out here, the trees is all blowed over and the winds was high and everything after this storm. I kid you not. Lady Led said, is that what I think it is? And I said, what? She said, that tree laying on the ground. I was like, oh, psh. She said, babe, I don't know. You are the tree whisperer. But that label says macadamia nut. I said, that's impossible. Not where we are. We was out of town, but I was like, not where we are. They ain't gonna be selling no macadamia nut tree. I lifted it off the ground, looked at the label. It's a whole macadamia nut tree. Not just a macadamia nut tree, but it's huge. It's about, let me stand up. So it's taller than me. I'm 5'10". They keep saying 5'9", I done shrunk, but I'm claiming my 1 inch. I'm 5'10". And it's putting me to shame, and it's on the ground just like I am. This mug, and it's, look, almost wide as I am too. All of this is that tree. Whoo. So, of course, y'all know me, I lost my cool. She like, oh, that price is a little ridiculous though. She don't know, she ain't on fruit trees like me. I'm like, is you kidding me? Listen to me. I said, look, if my budget was slicker, if we wasn't on this business trip, I would get 2 of them. And I grabbed this one. She said, you sure? Baby, fellas, little advice, fellas. When your woman asks you, baby, is you sure? That's when you say, baby, anything for you. I'm just saying, fellas, just a little bit of, relationship advice. Bruh, that's your time to, you know what I'm saying? That's your cool point minute. If your girl say, baby, is you sure? This bill looks a little high. If anytime that comes into play, baby, anything for you, girl. Don't you know it's true? That's it. I had a little something extra in the budget because I was gonna I was looking for me a mango, but anything for you, girl. So we brings home a macadamia nut tree. She named it before we even left. So welcome to the family. This is Mac. Mac will be here in the tropical nursery until we ship him off elsewhere. But right now, we're in the tropical nursery and I am gonna do an air layer live with y'all. And there's a reason for that. It's because, I'm gonna show you. Here's a branch here. This is a whole nother macadamia nut tree. Here's one, here's one, here's one way down here. All of these lower branches, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new trees. 9 new trees, potentially. So I had to change that. That bucket was it was grinding his feet down in my couch. Woo! That bucket was grinding his feet down in my couch. I had to get off of that. So we got 9 potential new trees with air layering. Now that leaves this whole big giant. Wait till you see this cut back, or I wish you could see it a little better so you could see the actual main trunk is here and it goes up. Look at all this on the main trunk. All of that is on the main trunk. The rest is just, now they had a macadamia nut tree that was, it was standard, straight, one good trunk, you know, just like this. And I was going to get that one. She said, no, I like this one. This the one she liked. This the one I stepped over. This the one she found. And then she said, can't you air layer these other ones? I said, yes, I didn't even think of that. Fellas, talk to your girl. Remember, anything for you, baby. So I'm going to start air layering this because everybody keep asking me, when is the best time to take cuttings? When is the best time to take air layers? As soon as the last frost hit is the time to start propagating everything. As soon as that last frost hit, start propagating everything. How you doing, Missy Hawk? It's good to see you. Say, oh, that comes up on that tree good. Yes, she is good eyes. We actually call her the finder because she can see anything. Cam said, I used that method you showed a few years ago to air layer my crepe myrtles, nectarine fig, going to try it on my pineapple pear after. Listen, I'm going to do an apple tree. I'm about to do my loquat tree, and I got another piece of this pear tree. I'm going to show y'all right now before I get started good. This pear tree, see this whole, wait, not this one. Hold on a minute. Sorry about this. Look at all these pears. If you don't get an orient pear, not an oriental, an orient pear, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you don't get an orient pear, you're doing yourself a disservice. This thing is flawless, just flawless. Every year, I don't do nothing to it. But this branch here, this is still the orient. Look, orient pear on my grafted pear tree. This got about 4 or 5 different pears on it, but that orient pear branch every year. So I'm gonna take that one off too. That's gonna give me about 4. So let's get over. Look, pears on your back. That orient pear every year, man. Every year. Okay. Do I got any questions before I get started? Any questions? I know the screen might be tripping or whatever, but how you doing, the yield gardener? Thank you, TLC. Jackie Russell, Tamika Davis, how you doing? Audrey's living life, say good morning. How you doing? Game Nerd Mom, Game Nerd Mom, I caught a question you asked a while ago. You said, how much was it? How much was the macadamia nut tree? Are you ready to even know? Who want to know how much the macadamia nut tree was? Now I need you to go online and look how much they are online for that little twiglet. They selling macadamia nut trees that look like this online for about, I think, anywhere from $49 and up, and they all look like this. When they go to $89, they just add a couple inches on it like this. $18.99. This giant, now just look at the size. $100. $100. You're not going to see that anymore. That's post Band-Aid days. You're not going to see those prices for no whole. Look, this is a shrub. This is a giant tree with more potential. This whole side is what I'm taking off. That's $100 by itself. Not bad. Let me tell you something. When you say, oh, that's not a bad price, let me tell you something right now. I don't know where you live, but here in the South, for you to get away with a tree like this for $100, let me tell you something. I left out of there because I was waiting. When I was putting this tree in my truck, I was waiting for somebody to do me like this. Sir, can you come with me? I was waiting for somebody to say, listen, hey, stop me at the door. Hey, we know what you did. Come on. Come with us. Don't talk. We know what you did, you know. Because I felt like I robbed them. For $100? Oh, I felt like I robbed them. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see it. If you got macadamia nut trees where you live that's cheaper than that, this big, let me know where you live and I'll tell you when I'll show up. I would like to shake your hand for giving me the heads up on it, okay? Say nursery is always the best option. I'm not gonna say that anymore. Yeah, Game Nerd Mom, say you was buying it like, you sure? Yeah, listen, I'm gonna say this. The nurseries, it is the best to buy from the nursery when you're looking for knowledge. Ooh, that's a good subject. If you are looking for knowledge, hey girl dad, how you doing? If you're looking for knowledge and you don't have a clue, go to a nursery. If you are knowledgeable, yeah, hit up a big box store. If you're knowledgeable, if you know, hey, that's not a tangelo. Those are lemon leaves. Now, I'm going to tell you a difference right now. This happened to me a long time ago. I bought a Meyer lemon tree. And I knew Meyer lemons. I knew everything about them. I was like, this is a really big Meyer lemon tree. So I was happy to have it. But as I'm crumbling the leaves, and you know you can make tea out of those citrus leaves, this leaf don't smell like no Meyer lemon leaf. So I'm smelling, I'm crumbling, I'm smelling it. It was a grapefruit tree. Back in the day, if you look at my old video of my ruby red grapefruit, that was the tree that I actually had. I thought I had a Meyer lemon. That was a ruby red grapefruit tree. I had no idea till it started putting on fruit. All from the smell of the leaves. When you get a citrus tree, at first, you don't know whether you got an orange. You just going by the tag. You don't know if you got a lemon, or orange, or grapefruit. You can tell by the leaves. If you're knowledgeable, you'll know that. I was just so excited to get the tree, I didn't care. But after a while, I started realizing, this ain't no lemon tree. This is a doggone grapefruit tree. Thank you, Off-Grid Dreamer. Said, thank you, Liv, for all you teachers. I've been watching you for many years and normally don't comment places, but it's time to send some thanks. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. And it says celebrate their first super chat on live stream. Congratulations. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot to me. More than you know. Especially in these days and time. So, do I got any questions before I get into it? What I'm going to have to do is run up here and get my bag that I already, thank you, Off-Grid Dreamers, thank you. I already prepared a bag of soil to get going, but I'm just going to show y'all another way anyway. We're gonna do this whole thing from scratch, I guess. Any questions before I get started? Trust says, new to your channel, try to bring my elephant ear back to life. How? Trying to bring an elephant ear back to life? That's not, you must be in the north, because elephant ear, you don't have to do anything to it. Off-Grid Dreamers, you and Lady Led inspire me and my daughter. Well, thank you for that. Thank you. The lazy HOA gardener says, big box is great for clearance and markdowns. My last 2 trees were half off. If you know what you're looking for and you go to a big box store and you know what, you are knowledgeable of this and you get it for a better deal, then yes. But if you don't know no better and you're inquisitive, you need answers and you're not quite sure how to identify certain trees, plants, and shrubs, go to a nursery. Because that's what they specialize in. They don't sell fruit trees and snippers, and lawnmowers. They sell doggone fruit trees. Okay, Jackie Russell says, got it. That makes sense. I lose track of those little seeds I throw in the compost. Okay, now that's a whole nother story, Jackie. If you're planting citrus trees from seed, that's just a whole different subject. That's what I said. Don't necessarily go with that. That's different. Okay, you don't know what you're gonna get when you plant a seed from citrus. I don't want to steer you wrong. Martha Hernandez, how you doing? Say, where are you? You moved to Sonoa, Georgia, and I still try to see with the weather in the winter time. Probably you are in Florida. That's why you can grow mango, avocado. Please let me know. No, there are cold hardy avocado. Now I'm still doing my research on avocado too, because I've been trying to grow them for years, and I've only known of one that can grow here and in Georgia, and that is the Mexicola Grande. Hey, Odom's Homestead, how you doing? Odom Homestead says, trying to get my air layer of all my trees so I can have backup to things that die here in the winter. That's a brilliant idea. That's what I always do. Yes, we're gonna do an avocado. Now, I'm no avocado aficionado. Okay, so I need to say that. I've been doing my own research. Now, part of my research is facts, which is I know that I had that Mexicola Grande for like 4 years and then went through 4 hard, cold, freezing winters. And the year that I put it in the ground, it actually snowed here in South Carolina and I lost it. Other than that, the cold hardy avocados, we'll talk about that on another video, okay? Because I'm going to show you mine. This is just from research that I've done. I'm not teaching anything. I'm going to give it a shot. Can you air layer while there's fruit on a tree? Yes, you can, but take the fruit off. Because if you air layer with a branch that has fruit on it, what's going to happen is it's going to try to still put that energy into that fruit. So your roots won't take. They're going to try, but they ain't going to do well. So don't do that. Just take the fruit off. Yes, it will work. Yes, you can grow, do an air layer with the fruit on it, but you're going to take all year trying to get just a little couple of baby roots on that tree. Don't do it. Just go ahead, take the fruit off. Soon as you take that fruit off and you get that root growth and you repot it or put it in the ground after you cut it off the main tree, trust me, you're going to get fruit back that next year because you know it's already growing fruit. You know it's already fruiting. Let that go, okay? I even did a whole video. I did a whole video on that, proving to people, yes, you can do an air layer with fruit on the limb. Because everybody said, no, you can't, no, you can't. I said, yes, you can, but your tree gonna suffer. Your air layer is gonna suffer. Your root structure is gonna suffer. It is possible, but is it the smart thing to do? No, okay? Because even if you leave the fruit on the air layer and it actually works out and everything, soon as you cut the limb off the tree, the little fruit is gonna fall off anyway. They're useless. They're just energy thieves. Cut them off. Trust me on that. Okay. So that was an excellent question. I'm going to post that after this video, okay? So let's get right into this air layering, because I said I was going to come in here and I don't want to beat around the bush with y'all and give you a whole bunch of grief, but we're going to get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my sack ready. So what I like to do, get you a sandwich bag. This is the chili dog method. I came up with this method years ago because I didn't like all the other weird ways I seen it done because it was just too difficult. It don't matter what kind of soil you have. So when people ask me what kind of soil, whatever you want. This is just some plain old potting soil that you see it got the white beans and everything. This came out of some old plants. It don't gotta be that much. About the size of a cup, depending on your branch, of course. Okay. So now that's fairly dry. I'm just gonna kick a whole bunch of water in that boy, like that. So I'm gonna zip that up. You don't have to do that. See how wet and juicy that is? That's sopping wet. You want that whole thing soaked. Soak. See that? Now watch this. Now, I'm going to take that same doggone thing and I'm going to pour all that water off of it. I'm going to squeeze that dirt. Squeeze all that water out. Leaving my soil really moist. But till I turn it like Play-Doh. See, now I can do anything with that. Okay. Now, I'm going to just put this off to the side. Now we're going to prepare our branch. Remember, this is on the macadamia nut tree. After I do this, I'm going to plant this macadamia nut tree in this laundry tub. Okay. Let's turn it around. This way I can see what y'all saying. If you got any questions. Okay. So you can air layer any limb that isn't a main trunk. Hell, you can air layer the main trunk too if you want to. Yes, you can. You can even air layer the main trunk and let that main trunk grow back and take that other tree somewhere else. Say I air layered another tree last year and haven't had fruit on the tree, but it didn't cut it off yet. Yeah, okay, let's get into it. I got some aluminum foil. You don't need that. You can get a bag or anything. I like aluminum foil so I can keep being nosy. I got some rooting hormone. You don't got to use that. You can use whatever you want. I'm just telling you my way. And some zip ties. Get you 2 zip ties. okay? Or some string, it's up to you. So now, all I'm gonna do, you don't need any particular kind of knife. All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start that boy right there. Let me bring y'all all the way in. I'm just gonna go around that tree, cut around it, in a circle, connecting that same line the best way you can. And then I'm gonna go down. I like to do, let's come up here to make it easier on me. 2 fingers, that just make it easy. Everybody say, how far should I do it? Just put 2 fingers in between. It don't even matter, really. You just don't want these to touch no more. Okay, so from this line to the line we did down here, I'm gonna cut right down the middle. Sometime it'll come right off, depending on if the sap is running. But this tree is really, really dry, so it probably ain't. See, that's not coming off. Usually you can peel that off like this, but it's dehydrated. So I'm just gonna cut this bark off. I'm gonna just scrape that down to the knuckle. Hear me? To the knuckle. You're trying to damage this all the way around this whole tree. You are literally cutting the bark off. So what you're essentially doing is girdling the tree. And I'm gonna show you. It looks brutal, but yes, it is, and it should be. This is telling the tree you need to get out on your own because you ain't got no feet no more. Mama ain't feeding you no more. It's time for you to get a job. Normally, it's not this difficult because on other trees, especially in the ground, the sap is running. And it's easy to take this bark off. I'm just getting the stuff off the back. Y'all can't really see that. Hold on. There's one last little chunk back here I can feel. I can feel it. All right. Right here. Okay. Now that I got all this bark off, it's a little bit of green right here. You see that? You don't want that. You want to get all the way to the white meat. Scrape it down. Scrape it down. Wipe me down. You want all of that light green stuff gone because that is still a source of nutrients to this upper branch, and it will grow thicker, and it will only take nutrients from that. You don't want this to have no highway to nutrients. You scrape that all the way around, just like that. You don't want 360. I've seen some people try to do it on one side. No, 360 all the way around. You can't even damage this. You're actually trying to ruin it, okay? Just like that. Now, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little water on my fingers so that I can wet that up a little bit because that had this powder sticking better. I had a little brush that I like to use. I can't find right off the bat. Oh, here we go. Take that rooting hormone. No, it does not matter what kind of rooting hormone you use. You don't even need this. It will take no matter what. Some people use honey. Some people use aloe. Some people use weeping willow tree. Do whatever you want. I'm showing you what I do. Okay. Boom. That's that. And now I'm going to take that bag of dirt. Remember this? Let me back up a little bit. I'm going to take that same bag of dirt. I'm going to pack that really, really tight. Just like that. I'm going to pack that thing really, really tight. Get a little bit more water out, but I want it wet. I'm going to wrap that around like this. Y'all know how to roll. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all rolling right now. Roll it. Roll that thing just like that. Okay? And now, right here on the bottom of that bag, you gonna cut that bag. Let me make sure I got it. Okay. You gonna cut that bag right down the middle. Just like that. And what you make this is why I call this the chili dog, is because you open this bun and it look like you got a bag full of chili and you gonna put on a hot dog. Now you take that and you wrap that around that tree, that soil, just like that. Let me get y'all back on time. Just like that, and now you bring that flap back around. Now it's perfectly sealed from top to bottom. Now you get a zip tie and you put around the top. And you put a zip tie on the bottom. Oh, wrong. Okay. Now you put a zip tie on the bottom. I'm sorry, y'all. My necklace changed away. Did y'all see any of that? Was y'all able to see any of that? No? All right. Okay. It flipped. Nope. Hit the zip tie. Okay. Just for y'all, we're going to do it again. Because the camera is under me and I'm not looking down. Okay. So, again, all we doing is we got the dirt in the bag at the bottom and we cut a slit in it to make it look like a hot dog bun. And we going to put that around the tree like this. And then pull that flap around just like that. That's it. Now we put a zip tie on the top up here. You might get somebody help you if you don't know how to really use zip ties, but put that zip tie on the top. Now you can let it go. You put that zip tie on the bottom. There's a reason for this, because squirrels and birds land on these air layers too, and they'll knock it off. And what you don't want is to keep shifting this back and forth in the wind or anything else, because what'll happen is it will tear the newfound roots that you just put in it. Tighten that thing tight. Don't be scared, because you don't want this swinging around. That's it. It's that easy. And you turn around and put a little foil over it. That's to keep the sunlight out. Just like a chili dog. You know, y'all go to work and y'all go out to the food truck. There it is. So now all you got to do to keep coming out to check it is come out, take the foil off, check it, see if you see roots. Don't touch it until you see a bunch of roots. If you see one or two, let it go a little longer. It will work, but let it go a little longer till that bag is full of roots. Now we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show y'all this whole bag full of roots. Sometime it take 30 days, sometime it take longer. Don't be in no rush. Let it do its thing. If you start earlier in the season, you got all summer season, spring, summer, and fall to let this thing cook. Okay? That is it. That is literally all to it. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a bunch of them on this tree. Do I got any questions? Let me put y'all in a better situation, because after this video is over, I'm about to air layer the rest of these branches, air layer apple, air layer this pear. Oh, and that loquat out there. Okay. How many do you do per tree? You do as many as you want to. It ain't gonna hurt the tree. Whatever you want to air layer. I could air layer this entire tree, even the main trunk, if I wanted to. It's not gonna harm the tree because the roots are just gonna keep on trying to feed the tree. That's it. And each and every piece that I air layer off is going to make its own roots because you cut it off from its food source, from its nutrient source. And it's just going to just keep growing. They're going to all create their own roots, just like kids leaving home. It's time to lay their own roots down so they can move on to, bigger and better paths. That's how this works. Any other questions? Let me see. Camille says, I always use your method successfully every time. Let me tell you something. I have never had one that don't work. People even say, oh, that don't work on no pecan tree. That pecan tree is at my sister's house, and the other pecan tree I did, I sold it. The pecan tree I did years ago out there, people said that was fake. It cracked me up. Can we see you do the loquat? It's no different than what I just did. It's literally no different than what I just did. Hey, everything fresh and sassy. How you doing, sister? Said, this is really important, tried and true info. Thank you for that. Thank you. I mean, if you just want to watch me do the loquat, okay. Because over the years, you see me do apples, you see me do pears. I already have these videos up. Apples, pears, persimmons, pecans. I can't even think of everything. Off-grid dreamers, how you doing? Says, it's truly the most amazing thing. Take one tree and turn it into 10 if you wanted to. That's what I've been preaching for years. If you have a homestead, if you purchase land, or you just want more trees in your orchard, this is how you do that. This is how you do it. Without spending a nickel. Shelby says, I came in late. Is your purpose to essentially make more trees you gonna cut off after the roots are grown? Yes, that's how this works. After the roots grow, I'm gonna cut it off of this tree and plant it somewhere else. That way I have a lot of these trees. So I've never had a macadamia nut tree, and I don't know how cold hardy they are. This way I can keep one or two in the house. I can keep a couple in the greenhouse. I can keep one outside just to make sure to see where we are. And if none of that works, I got somewhere for them all to go. Thank you, Shelby. Let me see. Desi says, how long do you keep it on there? Until you see roots. The reason why we put the aluminum foil on there is because you can just take the aluminum foil off and you see roots or you don't. If you don't see roots, put the foil back on. So that way you don't disturb the groove. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole, the foil is really the key for you to be nosy and also for it to keep thinking that it's underground. Can this method be used on citrus? Morning Sunshine, go to my grafting playlist and you see me do this on lemons, limes, and oranges and grapefruits. I've been doing this for over 10 years. You can see it in real time, real action. Yes, you can do it on citrus. If you want step by step, I'm showing you step by step, and my hands are literally this close to the camera. So you see every intricate move that I do. I think I even have, you can do this with any tree. Yes, yes, it don't have to be a fruit tree. You can do this with roses, you can do this with shrubs, you can do this with crepe myrtles, you can do this with any kind of tree you want. I haven't heard anybody use my method and it not work. The only people that I've heard did my method and it didn't work, they didn't do it right. Once they showed me, emailed me and showed me what they did, I said, oh yeah, you didn't scrape the green off. Oh, I didn't see that part. Yeah, after you cut the bark off, you got to scrape that green down to the white meat, to the actual wood. The green is the cambium layer. That has to go. All it need is one thin thread of that green cambium layer, and that won't take. It won't make roots. Matter of fact, it'll heal over, scab over, and just keep on growing with this tree. Shelby says, I'm wondering if I can try this on my fig babies. You can. You can. Figs just grow so doggone easy. Unless you just want a big giant fig tree. You want to cut off a big old giant branch, then yes. Now, let me tell y'all something else that I've done over the years that you might be one of these questions. Can you do this air layer on a big giant branch? The answer is yes. If you have plastic or a bag big enough and enough soil, you can do this right here on a big branch like this. This, yes you can. Absolutely you can. What's up, Amp4 Barbecue? How you doing, brother? Off-Grid Dreamer said, I think this would be successful for bushes, right? Yes. I have blueberry, raspberry. You don't need to do that with blueberries and raspberries and stuff. Those are so spindly. Just break a piece off and stick it in the ground or stick it in a cup of water. You don't need to do this with blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, none of the berries that you just named. Those propagate, and those propagate by accident. You don't need to do this with that. You can do it if you feel like it, but it's hard to try to put this air layer on a spindly little twig like a blueberry or something like that, unless you just got a hardcore big blueberry branch. Yep, kiwi too, Shelby. Clarence says, I've done air layering before, but since I've seen you do this over the years, I had 100% success rate with my trees. Thank you for that. Thank you. That's just clarification. Listen, the reason I came up with that, and I never forget, you know what? Y'all want to hear something? Listen, I was horrible at air layering. For years, I could not do it. People was taking plastic and wrapping it around in the dirt, and then people had cups and they was cutting the cups and using it. Then some people was, I just could not do it. I'm gonna tell you, I told people I give up on air layering. I give up. I'm gonna tell you who told me, Led, don't give up. They said, Led, don't give up. You got this. How many people know Grow Family Network? King and Bev's over on Grow Family Network. King and Bev's over on Grow Family Network here on YouTube. He was like, Led, don't give up, man, because I was watching King airlayer figs. And I said, man, I've been trying that for years. I just can't pull it off. And he was like, it's easy, Led, you can do it. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I had to come up with my own method. I've been watching everybody across social media and in books. I could not do it for years. So that's why I came up with the chili dog method. I don't like juggling the dirt, juggling the plastic, juggling the rope and the string, and it's a juggle. You're juggling. And while you're trying to, you in a bad position, you under a tree, bugs is getting you, and I just could not do it. So I came up with my own method. If I had a way to contain that soil and just slap it on there and get it over with, I will probably be successful. And I've done that, and it's been successful for the last over 10 years. I'm gonna tell you something else too, y'all. I even tried one of them little plastic balls. Trash. Those little plastic ball things are do plus do equals. You hear me? Them little plastic balls that you zip tie together and they be like this. Do plus do equals. I've even purchased a bunch of them and they didn't work. I've been doing a chili dog method ever since because each and every time I do it, it works. Every time. No question. There's no way you can mess it up. Everything Fresh and Sassy says, wow, instead of buying those expensive bushes and to landscape around my house, I could just buy one bush and chili dog it and save thousands of dollars. That's it. Listen, that's it. That's it. And that's why I was talking about propagating them tomatoes off the suckers. And now I always been preaching for years, propagate your trees before you go. Listen, how many people notice the price of trees? How many people notice the price of trees has almost tripled? Now, before the Band-Aid came, it was already getting a little stupid. I remember complaining about Stark Brothers, like their prices went up, their tree quality went down, and a bunch of these online nurseries, their prices went up, and the tree quality that they send you went downhill. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Now people want $89 and they'll send you this for $89. For free, you can get your own tree for free like this. And you know where it came from. You know it is going to be that tree. You know good and well it's healthy. And it ain't cost you a dime. All it costed you was something you got in your cupboard already. Yes, everything Fresh and Sassy, the prices have tripled. See, I was at the nursery cussing. Let me tell you, I was about to grab somebody by the collar. Like, man, y'all know this is robbery. Y'all know this is robbery. Say, Led, how would you propagate a tree if you saw one in the wild and just took a limb off of it? I wouldn't do that because I'm not in the mood for prison. You got to be in the mood for prison. You understand what I'm saying? That's not one of them things you just go out and say, hey, you know what? Let's just go into prison real quick. And, you know, we got the day off. No, you got to be in the mood for prison. I'm not going out in the wild and risk taking my chances on, listen, I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife so much I would not cheat on my wife. Especially in an arranged marriage. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when you go to prison, that's an arranged marriage. If you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave my happy home to be in an arranged marriage, because that's what that's going to be. No, thank you. Okay? No, thank you. And then, let me tell you something. You gonna get beat up a lot, because when you go in there and they ask you what you in for, trees. Oh, you was in there for that. How much did they catch you with? A branch? You in here because of one branch? Damn, man, they getting crazy out there. They think you mean the chronic. When you actually, or they actually find out that you're in here for actually stealing fruit trees and not the trees, they're gonna turn you into a fruit tree. And they're gonna pick your fresh fruit. I'm not in the mood for that. You know, you ever somebody try to give you something like, man, I ain't got no taste for none of that. Hey, you want a sandwich? I ain't got no taste for no ham sandwich. You got some ice cream in there? No? Okay. You gotta have your taste buds, you gotta have your mouth fixed for that kind of I don't want no prison. I ain't in the mood for no prison. Freedom is delicious. Okay. Freedom is delicious. I'm just telling you, just in case you don't know. I've seen people do that, and a couple things can happen. You can go to jail for stealing trees. That's gonna be a bad outcome. Or somebody gonna make you weigh about 2 or 3 more ounces heavier than you was before you start stealing a tree. If you understand what I'm telling you, you with me. If you don't, ask somebody in the back of the class to explain it to you. Look here, you can go stealing somebody's trees, and then you gonna end up about 1 to 2 to 3 ounces, depending on what they're feeding you, 1 or 2 or 3 more ounces heavier when you leave than when you came. Okay? Depending on what they feeding you, it's not worth it. Okay, when you left home this morning, you weighed this weight. But when the coroner weighed you, you weigh about 2 or 3 or 4 more ounces. Okay? If you don't understand what I'm saying, ask some of the folks in the back of the room. Just saying. Okay, it's not worth it, bruh. Just go buy the tree. Okay? Just go buy the tree. End up in heaven like, what? Look, you know how everybody be like, man, my guardian angel. Look, your guardian angel, like, what you doing here? Your guardian angel is at lunch because you was doing good. Your guardian angels is at lunch. They eating. They say, what you doing up here? You ain't due to be up here for another 30 years. That's why we was taking a break. Why are you here? I don't know. I was taking this limb off this guy's tree out of his yard, and I heard this loud popping noise. A loud popping noise. Yeah. It went pop, 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 pop. Brrr. And then I saw y'all sitting here eating lunch. They like this. All these guardian angels fired. All these guardian angels is fired. Because you, one day, was doing too much. They was like, this dude is on the up and up. He always doing good. He just, he adopted a puppy, all that stuff. He gave to a homeless man today. Let's take a break. Put our feet up. Let's go get something to eat. You good? Yeah, my wings is a little tired. Come on. And you messed up. They all fired. Anyway, do I have any questions before I get out of here? Say, all I wanted was some peaches. You got them. Look, now you can pick these peaches in the Garden of Eden. But look, stay away from that one tree. Stay away from that apple tree over there, that one fruit tree. Just stay away from that one. Don't go trying to graft no branch off that. That didn't work out for us very well in the beginning. Like you up here for stealing fruit trees, huh? You know you're gonna have to take that one course. What is it called? It's called Adam 101. You start today. You got to go take that first course, cause see, every blue moon we get somebody like you up here. And first thing y'all gotta do before we tell you anything else, you got to go take that class. You can't be stealing fruit around here. Can't do it. Y'all ruined humanity with that one. Stealing fruits. They told you not to. They told you not to be doing that. And we all need to take heed on that note any old way. We shouldn't be stealing fruit or fruit trees ever. Down here just for moral reasons. All right? For biblical and spiritual and moral reasons, we shouldn't be stealing fruit or fruit trees. Didn't work out for us very well. Right? Let me see. So have you ever considered growing pawpaw fruit? I got a pawpaw tree. I do. Would you like to see it? Pawpaw trees taste like I've had some and it made me buy them. I never wanted them. But they taste like mango, like a little bit of mango, a little bit of peach. It's like a mango. It's like a mango that can grow in the cold. Do you want to see my pawpaw tree? I'm just going to tell you right now. When I bought this pawpaw tree, it looked like this. They grow really, really slow. The pawpaws, they grow really, really, really slow. I bought it and it was like this. I'm going to take this branch with me so you remember what it looks like, okay? Come on. All of this is everything me and Lady Led working on. This is our tropical square that we working on. We got a lot of work to do. Let me see where it's at. If I cut out, let me know. Look at that pecan tree. Loaded full of nuts. I grew that pecan tree from a twig like that. Let's go to the pawpaw. Look at Rasputia. Loaded full of fruit. Let's come over this way because the pawpaw is this way. I gotta watch my step too, y'all. Cause I did just see a copperhead the other day. Okay, what you seeing here is my elderberry field, and here is my pawpaw. This big old thing here. Can you see that? This is what that pawpaw tree did. Look, something came here, probably a deer, and broke this branch off of here. Dang, if I would have knew that, I would have air layered that off. It's still fairly alive though. I gotta fix that. But see how big that trunk is now? Look. I got another one back there. Let me see if y'all can see that. I got another one right there. Right there. Right here is the other pawpaw. And it's another one. It's down. Okay, I'm going to show you where I planted my other pawpaw tree. Do you see all of these wild blackberries? Everybody wondered why I stopped growing blackberries years ago. This is why. Because I let them grow wild out here. They was already on the land, and I just let them run free. And I mixed them in with thornless. Those are thorn blackberries. And I mixed them in with thornless blackberries. And now they just everywhere. You see, let me show you this. A little better. Y'all see all that fruit? All of that is fruit. All of that. So this is where we get our cuttings from and send to y'all. But this is my big pawpaw tree, and I'm hoping for fruit someday soon. I will be leaving this here, and even though they grow slow and it took this thing, now remember, I'm gonna come back here so you get a better look at it, a better view. Here's my 2 pawpaw trees out front, and it used to be this big, and now it's about 15 feet tall. I'm going to grab these apples before a deer does, because this one is real low hanging. It got a little blush on it too. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. This is the beaver apple. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. This is really an Anna apple. People don't think you can grow apples in the South. Yes, you can. Dorset Golden, Anna apple, Pink Lady, Granny Smith, Yellow Delicious. You can grow these all the way down to Florida. I'm gonna take that off before a deer get. Ooh, yeah, it fell right off too. Beautiful. Beautiful. This tree ain't even supposed to be producing fruit because a beaver bit this tree and tore it down, and I let it grow back. These are just the little, this tree is actually the limbs I let grow back. Because the beaver, I'm gonna show you exactly where that beaver got him at. Right there, that branch right down there, sharpened. I can't see it right now. Right there. There it go. That rotten wood, that's where that beaver ate my tree. And then 2 trees you can see on either side grew back. This is where I'm gonna do a graft on that right branch right there. Cause that's a whole tree now. That's where I just took that apple off of. Cause this tree is so productive. It's so productive that it's trying to grow back and it's still making fruit. So I'm going to show y'all this. I'm gonna grab this last one right here. Make sure y'all can see that because it's so pretty. Y'all see that? I'm gonna grab that for Lady Led. This one probably ain't quite ready, but look at that. It got a little blush on it, so that means it's sweet. It's sweet enough. It ain't gonna reach its full sweetness, but it's sweet enough. Let's go over here to the tropical square. This is where all my citrus, my avocado, grapefruits, lemons, oranges, mango, chocolate, macadamia, pomelo, guava, miracle berry. Where is that thing at? My fruit is getting bigger. This was pollinated when I bought it, and the fruit is getting bigger and bigger. Fantastic avocado. And I got some Haas. Now I bought this tree with fruit on it. I bought a Haas avocado and it came with fruit. So when I seen this, I was like, oh yeah, why not? And look, see all this new growth? All this new growth is since I bought it. Cause I put it out here, been taking care of it. I got a bunch of new New growth on my lychee tree, my Brewster lychee, lychee. So yeah, let me come back over here. And all my pears are still booming. Apples on my other tree. Let me come back here and see what y'all talk about. Had to go on a quick field trip. Show you that beauty. So, any questions whatsoever? I know I said I was gonna be on here just an hour, but because I got work to do and I got some videos to release. Let me see. Those apples look delicious. Man, if you've never had an Anna apple, don't sleep on this apple. They say it's just like a apple for canning and stuff like this. This is a good, sweet, fresh eating apple. I don't know why they keep telling people it tastes like a Granny Smith, because it don't. How often do you water your trees? I water my trees when they are thirsty. I don't just set them on no timer. I hand water my trees when I see they're drying out. And I don't just water all of them at one time. I check them first. Say, wait, lychee tree in zone 8? You want to know something? Lychee tree in zone 8, Camille, want to know something? I've been doing research, and I'm going to tell you something about that lychee tree. I had a lychee tree about 3 or 4 years ago, and it made it through the winter. Here, you want to know what killed it? When spring came, I didn't water it. And I always said, I'm going to try that again. I don't even know what kind of lychee tree it was. But it made it through our winter. And I know that, matter of fact, okay, let's talk about it. Yeah, who ready to talk about it? Y'all ready to talk about these fruit trees, tropical trees in the South? In zone 8A? I'm going to tell you what mangoes have made it here with me in the winters. Namdakmai, Cary, what's that other one? And Pickering. I have watched them make it through my winter. Namdakmai, Pickering, and Cary. I've watched them handle 8A winters. Guess what killed them? Neglect. Neglect, and I didn't water them. When spring hit, that's when they died. I'm gonna try to find an old video where you will see they're still out there in the next spring. I just didn't water them. Go figure. Now, the research that I've been doing, let me see. Divided says I'm in 8A, South Carolina, planted peach, plum, apple, fig trees. So excited this year. Congratulations. I don't know what that means, Lizzie. Off-Grid Dreamer said, one lesson you taught me over and over watching you was don't let anybody tell you what you can't grow. Yes, don't. Just try to grow it. I mean, if you got time to experiment, do it. But if you don't. Now, I'm a person, I'm tired of experimenting. I really am. I really don't want to experiment anymore. The reason I'm still trying to grow mangoes, man, I'm passionate about growing some mangoes. I want to grow a mango so bad that I don't think I'll ever stop trying to grow a mango. Black cow. No, I don't. Lizzie. I'm not saying I wouldn't or so. I just don't. I stopped using black cow years ago. You know, no particular reason. I don't want to get into, oh, they got chemicals. Just, man, it is expensive. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be realistic. Some of us would actually use sideline fertilizers and compost and stuff like that. But man, when you start talking about $8 to $12 to $15 per bag of all of this, man, after a while it gets dumb. I'll start making my own compost. After a while, man, once you start spending $15 a bag for stuff, y'all done seen me make my own soil mixtures and everything. After a while, man, once you done spend $50 on soil to try to make a $5 tree grow, it start just not making no sense no more to me. Especially if it's a tree you just really ain't feeling like that. Okay, I'm going back to see if there was any more questions before we get out of here. Hey, Karen L. Let me see. Got the how often you water your trees. I bought a Yellow Delicious is growing apples. What what about Honeycrisp apples in zone 8B? I'm not gonna knock you on that. I have never been able to grow Honeycrisp apples in 8A ever. They will grow vigorously. They will never ever fruit. They will flower and never fruit. And I had everything, every pollinator you could think of. They would have a few flowers and would never fruit. I just got tired of growing Honeycrisp apples. If you like Honeycrisp apples and you live in 8B, 8A, I suggest you do this. Buy a Pink Lady apple or a Crips Pink. Buy that. You get the same delicious flavor, but they're built for the South. You got an easy method to make compost? Yes. Buy chickens. Buy chickens and throw your food scraps in there, your table scraps, and all the leaves and grass clippings from your yard. And they will make the richest, blackest compost you ever seen in your life. Yes, that's what I do. And that's what a lot of these trees got in them. Say, how much for 2 pawpaw seedlings mine won't sprout? I don't know. I've never seen a seedling. I got a Gala apple. Any experience getting apples from a Gala? I had a Gala and it never did anything for me. I'm not saying it's impossible. It just never did anything for me. For years I had a Gala. And guess what? A beaver ate that Gala apple and I didn't even care. Analytic Gardener, how you doing, sister? Says, how would you deal with rust on apple trees? I don't. That tree got rust on it, on the leaves. I don't. I just don't. I know you should. I just don't. I'm just not doing that. I'm trying to find the most resilient fruit trees and plants and vegetables to go in my garden. I don't want to be spraying nothing on stuff and coming up with all these weird concoctions. That kind of gardening for me is over. I don't want this apple if it can't handle it. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all, can I tell y'all one? I'm gonna give y'all all a heads up. How many people know about the Arkansas black apple? How many people know about that Arkansas's black? I know it just started really truly becoming popular on social media about 3 or 4 years ago. Never heard of it? You need to. Never heard of it? You need to too. Would the Honeycrisp apple grow in 7B or colder zones? Honeycrisp need a lot of chill hours. You need to pay attention to your chill hours. And now that the weather has changed, that changed a lot of things about these fruit trees. Certain things need a lot of cold chill hours. And that's one of them. The trees I grow don't take a lot of chill hours. Okay, for the Arkansas black, I have never seen nothing like it. I've been growing an Arkansas black now for 2 solid years. I took that tree from this land, and it was tall and spindly. Every year since I've purchased it, it is loaded with apples from the top to the bottom. I don't feed it, I don't water it, and I think the only reason it ain't grow, because I don't do nothing. I don't water it, I don't feed it. But it has apples every year. And guess what? The deer eat those apples off of it every year. I dug that apple tree out the ground, and I took it to Freedom Acres. I planted that apple tree at Freedom Acres, and it's still tall, spindly. It's out there in a drought somewhere, and it's loaded full of apples right this very minute. When I dug it up, it didn't have apples. When I put it on Freedom Acres, it still bloomed. And when I tell you I pulled it out in the most crude manner you could possibly, I will call the way I took that Arkansas black apple out of the ground, I will call it, I exhumed the apple tree out of the hole. It was crude. You hear me? I pulled that Arkansas black apple, literally pulled it out. I dug for a minute. I said, this mug ain't gonna live. Pulled it out. I still planted it, exhumed it, planted it on Freedom Acres, and that sucker right this very minute is loaded full of apples about this big. I don't know how. It holds on to them through the thick and thin, the drought. I'm telling you, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna name that tree Bobby Whitney, because that tree, through everything that I've put it through, everything that the trees done put it through, is like Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. And that mug still pumps out good music. You think that, man, you should have been gone. That tree still pumping out fruit. I put that tree, let me tell you something. I done put that tree through the ringer. That tree name is Bobby Whitney. Bobby Whitney Brown. Because, oh my God, if you ain't got a Arkansas black apple in your orchard, they sell them everywhere now. You see them at Home Depot, Lowe's, nurseries. If you don't go get you an Arkansas black apple, I'm telling you, you playing too much. You need to get off, stop looking at me. And you seen them, you walk right by them all the time when you in one of the big box stores. Go get one. You will not be sorry. That Arkansas black is just like this doggone Anna apple. It been producing even when a beaver done bit the whole damn tree down, it's still trying to pump out food. There's certain fruit and there's certain food you need to go and put in your doggone orchard that's just resilient to anything. Citrus is one of them. Citrus, the Orient pear tree. The Orient pear tree. Did you hear me? Everybody repeat it. Write it. Orient pear tree. I want everybody, because whoever comes see this video later on, I need you to understand. Elisa Cohn said, yes, mine is loaded. Trust me. Trust me. Orient pear tree. If you don't know how to grow fruit trees, but you would like to, but you don't know what the hell you're doing, nor are you really truly interested in learning, Orient pear tree. You ain't got to do nothing to that tree. It's going to grow. You don't got to do nothing to that tree. It's going to fruit. You don't got to do nothing to that tree. It's going to get giant. Look how big that tree is now. That's that whole Orient pear tree. When I stuck that Orient pear tree in the ground, because I don't want to lie to you. Okay. Perfect. When I stuck that Orient pear tree in the ground, it was about as long as a shovel handle and wasn't no limbs coming off of it really. About as long as a shovel handle. Y'all see I broke the shovel. About as long as a shovel handle and had little twigs coming off the sides like this. I planted it right there, ain't fed it, ain't watered it. It's in a spot and there's rocks down up under there. I just wanted to get it in the ground. How do I like the fruit on the Orient pear tree? Go back in I got a video of me harvesting the pears off of that. There's a misconception that this is a gritty, grainy pear. I don't know what the hell people are talking about. This pear is not like a Bartlett. You know, Bartlett is just creamy. Bartlett is just rich, sweet, creamy, smooth, soft, really soft skin. The Orient has a thicker skin. It's not as creamy as a Bartlett, but it's not gritty at all unless you let it get overripe. That mug is a good eating pear, you ask me. Hands down. Listen, I got a whole bunch of Orient pear trees in the front yard. I'm about done with them. I'm about finished. I told her I'm digging those Orient pear trees up and I got them all. Shinseki, Shinko, I got them all. I'm digging them up and I'm taking them elsewhere. I'm taking them somewhere else to live. Lynette says, are you selling cuttings of the Orient pear tree? Nah. I'm gonna tell you why. That's a good question. I'm gonna get this. Ladybug says Orient pear is 20 years old. I don't do anything to it. Had to top it off every 5 years. Started bearing fruit at 2 years of age. Good canning pear. Let me tell you something. That thing gonna give you fruit. I don't care what. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. True story. This is a true to God story. A car. It was a high-speed chase in my neighborhood. I know that's crazy, especially for here. And why the high-speed chase car end up at Lead Farmer 73's house? I told you I attract foolishness. High-speed chase, police chasing these criminals. The car runs through my front yards, wipes down all of my fruit trees that was growing big and strong, all of the Orient pears that I had, Oriental pears that I had. I had one Orient pear in the front. The car wiped them. The Oriental pears, the Shinseki, the Shinko, all of them was dead. Them was finished. The Orient pear was linked down to the side like this. It was flat. Knocked all the pears off. I even heard the police on my doggone camera talk about some nice fruit everywhere. This guy got all kind of fruit trees. Pears was all over the street. My pear tree was like, and I'm like, damn, it's dead. It's finished. Killed my damn tree when it was giving on me all this fruit. And I was going to have a harvest, I'm telling you, unlike any other. And he knocked every pear off that damn tree, and it was all over the yard. Police asked me, you mind if I get a couple of pears? Man, take them. I just don't care. Matter of fact, I don't care about the stolen car, the coming through the yard, knocking down my mailbox. I don't mind none of that. I want them to spend a day in prison for my fruit tree. I want them to have an arranged marriage just because of my fruit tree. I picked that tree up. I put a splint on it, put a board under it. Do you know that thing grew back Do y'all want to see that tree? To this very day, I had to cut it in half because the whole top was knocked off, broken. I cut it in half. Would y'all like to see that tree to this day? And it's something funny about that tree that everything I'm telling you right now is the only thing me and my wife will talk about. That must be the problem. Okay, let's go. Another Laird Farmer field trip, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay. Vision preparedness in the house. What's going on? Say my nectarine are bearing small fruit. I just got the trees late April. Peaches gon' they gonna do it no matter what. Let's do this. All right, y'all asked for it. Man, I'm so happy for this. This was an investment that I've done. I even got some fruit coming on my grapefruit, pomelo. And you know something? I didn't know nothing about no pomelo. I've been avoiding pomelos forever until I seen Eco Neighbor's pomelo. When they lived in that house, I had to ask him, man, what kind is that? So he turned me on the pomelos. Once I start buying them and tasting them, don't let her out on me.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's she talking about?
I don't know. Probably being bad. She saw me coming back. Being bad. No, I put her in the house.
Oh, she crying for that.
Yeah, she kept on trying to tear at that man's dog like she a Rottweiler or something.
Dog.
Hold on.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hey.
I'm about to go out there now. Lady Laird is here. Give her here, cause I know. Hold on, y'all. I gotta have a dog break because she Come on. Chill. Cause she knows she was in trouble.
Oh, she needed your
Right.
reassurance.
Approval.
Okay, let her go and see what she does.
All right.
Calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
She was sad because I made her go in the house because she kept on bucking up at that big old dog over there like she gonna run with him.
What's the matter? It's okay.
She all okay. Everybody saying hey, babe.
Hey, everybody.
Okay. All right. So now let me get this fan on. I'm boiling.
It's okay. Come on.
Wait, that's all right. Listen. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Now that I got Lady Laird here, I'm going to actually go ahead and let her tell y'all this story. Because I already told them.
I got like 7 minutes.
That's all you need is 2. All you need to do is say yes and no.
Okay.
Okay. Did our tree get knocked down in the front of the yard?
Did our tree
About
knock
3
down?
years ago, 4 years ago?
When something crashed into it?
Yes, tell them what crashed.
A car?
Well, tell them who was in the car.
Some people getting chased by the police.
Okay.
In the middle of the night. And you was knocked out.
I was asleep.
And I saw everything.
Lady Laird said, baby, somebody in the yard.
I was just concerned. I didn't know if
Come over here so they can see your head.
I was just concerned because I didn't know if he was woke. I thought he was yelling out the window, but really that was the police yelling. I just didn't want him to be a part of whatever was happening. So I wanted to make sure. So I ran upstairs, but he was still asleep.
Now, Mike, because that was a rough day.
I just wanted to make sure you wasn't hanging out the window cussing at nobody. You know,
Right.
I just wanted to make sure.
And I could have ended up in jail that night because what's the first thing I went for? The steal.
Yeah.
And you said,
Yeah, right. That's why I was saying, like, I wanted to make sure you were not involved.
Right. She stopped me because, look, I'm half asleep, one eye open. I go for the blam, and I'm aiming for the, I'm looking for who did it, why, what's going on. So I'm about to blam. And she said, no, put that away. These is the police. We surrounded. I'm like, did you pay taxes this season? Cause what is the police for? I didn't know anything. She had to tell me what this is all about, right? I'm trying to guard my family And she like, this ain't got nothing to do with us. She said, then she broke it down to me, and then I started looking out the window. It was a car chase, went through my damn yard. Look here. I'm the only, we the only
Stop
ones.
licking me.
We the only ones in this neighborhood.
Stop licking me. Okay, I gotta get ready for my call.
Go ahead, honey. Thank you
I don't know what her
for your confirmation.
is, but I done got
Calm down.
dog breath all
She just
over
happy.
me. And so she been to the bathroom.
Probably. She about to go out here with me.
Oh, I was about to say that could be her problem.
Man.
Or it could be something
Hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so dig it. So.
Or I can see if she'll go out front.
Yes, go. Run for your life.
You gotta go?
So, true story, one of Leah's true Hollywood stories right there. So I'm the only one, we're the only ones where we were. The only ones in my whole subdivision. My whole one. And where did the criminals run?
No.
To my house. In my yard. So where do all the 12 police cars park and run and lights, horns, sirens? Where do all the police go and the detectives run with their K9 units? To my house. Who fruit trees got mowed down? Mine. The police did not leave until about 6 o'clock in the morning. At the time I worked at the post office, I had to call the post office and tell them I'm not coming to work because I'm being investigated, wondering why did they come to my house? The police know I'm the only one here. I said, why would those people that look just like you, that stole the car and did the chase and run it through these bushes and run down these trees come to your house, Mr. Leg? Man, I don't know. We're going to be watching you. We're going to be watching you, okay? Because we don't believe you. So, I can't make that up. I'm like, oh, I can't even make up the one about the dude getting Rodney King'd on the other side of my house. I don't know where he came from. Me and Lady Led, we having an early movie day. Both of us had the day off. We in our pajamas. We sitting down watching. I even tell you the movie we was watching. Thor, the horrible movie where Thor, his part 2 or whatever. That movie was awful. Where Thor was fat. It was awful. We sitting down trying to make heads or tails of that. And we hear, freeze! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Again, I go for the steal. Because I don't know if this is real or fake. I'm trying to figure out, is this part of the movie or what is going on? It's not part of the movie. Somebody is being detained in my yard by my grafted apple tree that my son did. Up under the apple tree. And I'm looking out the window with my pajamas on, and I kind of scream, hey, man, get him away from my tree. Do you know this guy? Nah. And he looked at me like, you sure? Because I'm the only one. Y'all stop running to my house, okay? I am not Harriet Tubman. Stop running to my house, man. If you do crimes, man, do crimes. Go down the road a bit. Stop being arrested on my land, man. I think it's like 1 or 2 other one of us in this neighborhood now. I think. I don't know if they friends and they just visiting, coming to a wedding. I don't know. But I've been seeing a few more of us. But I know people around here been talking, that's the crime house. I used to be the beekeeper house and the garden house. Now I'm probably the crime house. When a new neighbor come into the neighborhood, oh yeah, shh, stay away from them. That's the crime house. I'll tell you about it later. So, with that being said and that story being confirmed, now I can take y'all to see said pear tree. Come on, pup. Let's go. All right. All right. Okay, family. Now, where do you get a load of this? Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Because this is ridiculous. This is that Orient pear tree. Let me come over here. This. These are replacement Oriental trees, Shinseki, Shinko. These are my replacements that have grown since that. This is the one that was mowed down. You can even, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you where the car rubbed it underneath the car, tore it up, and I'm going to show you where it broke at. Now, all of this leaning to the side like it's drunk is that tree. Still loaded full of fruit. I can't make this up. The Orient pear tree. The Orient pear tree, family. Now let's get close. I'm going to show you everything. The Orient pear. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Every single year, it does not get fire blight. It fights against fire blight. You will see the fire blight start. It will not affect the fruit, and it will not affect the branches. Every single year, every single year, loads like this. It is fire blight resistant. You see it trying. It tries every year. It does not get through. Now let me show you the damage. Here is where the top of the tree, I'm messing up. Let me just say here. All right. That side branch either side. It was just that. I cut that and all these side branches grew back like this. It never stopped growing fruit, ever, ever. Now I'm going to show you where the car, that's what I really want to show you, where this how low the car was. Look at the trunk. Look at that scrape on the trunk. Do y'all see that? Right down here, all of this, that was all of the scrape all the way up and down that trunk from the bottom of their car. It's funny that this tree is back leaning again after all these years. I just let it lean because I'm like, this is the ran over tree. This is the getaway car tree. Now, if you don't believe me, which everybody usually don't because these stories be so ridiculous, those bushes used to be full. Kind of look like the exact same size of a doggone Toyota Camry, don't it? Because that's where the car ran through and knocked our bushes out and ended up half in, half out the other side. Toyota Camry. Right there. Can't make this up. Came across, whipped all the trees down, ran everything over, and went through those bushes. Okay. That's one of Led's true Hollywood stories. And all of that was for the Orient pear tree, if you didn't know. Do I have any questions? Yeah, that's the getaway tree. Do I have any questions? Were they evading the law too? If you're being chased by the police, oh, you talking about the trees. Any questions whatsoever? Say, it's a happy tree, the tree that keeps on giving. I'm not gonna change it. Right, Cookie with Greatness. That's why I said, man, I'm just trying to show you me. I know everybody like, hey, show us the garden, show us the prepping, show it. I am, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it for real. You know, I'm talking from here on out, man. I'm just talking to who's listening. I don't want to entertain people that don't give a damn about none of this. I'm gonna end. I truly am going to end this with this part right here because it's been troubling me for a while now. Um, Everybody is very, very comfortable. You know, let's go back in the house so we got some good internet. Come on, pup. Hold on, y'all, because I really want to talk to y'all about this. This been weighing heavy on my mind. Come on. Come on. Good girl. All right. This been weighing heavy on my mind. Now we'll go back out in the garden, but I really am burning up for number one. Let's try this. Okay. Okay. I want to end this whole thing with saying this. The reason why I'm changing the way I do things here on YouTube is because I don't want to keep talking to people that's not listening. I don't want to keep repeating myself for people that just want the easy way out. I really want to just talk to the people that's listening. I really want to talk to the people that really need information, really care. You know, if you want entertainment, if you want nonsense, it's a thing they got. It's new. It's called Netflix. If that's what you're looking for, it's a thing on the television called Netflix. You might want to subscribe to Netflix. If all you're here for is to be entertained with nonsense and love stories and foolishness, I'm tired of that. You know, I want to break something down to y'all, everybody that's watching and really truly listening. In 2020, 2019-ish, everybody's life flashed before their eyes. Didn't it? In 2020, everybody's life flashed before their eyes. That was a time that people actually thought that they would not see tomorrow. We all say, do stuff today because you're not promised tomorrow. That's a saying. That's a cliche. But in 2020, you felt it. In 2020, you saw it. In 2020, how many of us said, I was just talking to him yesterday. I cannot believe this. He looked great yesterday. I was just talking to her yesterday, and we was talking about this. I was just talking to him yesterday, and we was both talking about, man, that's messed up that Jerome got it and passed away. Now he gone. Am I going to be next? Because I just got through talking to him about Jerome. In 2020, one thing you can't deny, I don't care where it came from. I don't care who made it. I don't care if it came from outer space. It happened. A lot of people left this planet. Whether it was planned or not, I don't even care. What I do care about is it actually happened. And I've seen death like I've never seen it before in my surroundings and in my own family. 2020 was a time that you could not deny you were scared of the outcome of what you're going to be doing tomorrow because that was one time you truly didn't know if you're going to be waking up in your bed or on a cloud. So my question to you is, what has changed since 2020 and now? Why aren't you as desperate and as passionate on getting yourself together? Why? I know. Let me guess. Because a whole bunch of little men with ties and suits on the television ain't screaming, we all about to bite the dust, and we don't know what it is. We don't know where it's coming from. It might be coming from overseas. We don't know. And there's a whole bunch of news outlets that's not saying, I think there has been another 40,000 people passed away over it. You think things have changed just because them nitwits ain't on the TV screaming about it? Ain't nothing changed. Whether it's going to be illness again or it's going to be the weather. What did God say? What did God promise to us? He ain't going to flood us out like that no more. He said that. He made a promise to us that, okay, the flood was rough. I'll try something else next time. Boy, oh boy, sure look like he trying something to me. Because everybody worried about getting sick again. I'm not. I'm worried about this weather. I'm concerned about it. Again, I don't care who's controlling it because everybody goes, it's controlled by the men. I don't care. I don't care why it is what it's doing. I don't care. It's doing it though. See, once you realize something that's happening, okay, you're not quite sure how it's happening. Once you spending more energy on trying to figure out why it's happening than spending energy on trying to either fix the situation or keep that situation away from you, you out of balance. See, I don't care. It's a lot of people that make a whole YouTube channel about who they think making the weather change. I don't give a damn. This ain't natural. That's man control. I don't care. I'm not going to sit on here and talk about who's changing the weather or if it's from God. I want to know what can I do if it flood here again, if a fire happen, if a famine happen, if the thunder keep clapping. I want to start talking, because we already know that. I don't care. We already know it's weird stuff going on. Don't care. Because I can't do nothing about that. And we can't unify for two seconds long enough to get anything together anyway. So I don't want to talk about that. If we can't all unify and make a change, then I ain't nothing else to talk about. All we can do is prepare ourselves to handle whatever is thrown at us. So from here on now, the reason I bring all of this to you, I don't want to talk about all that bullshit no more. I just want to talk to the people that's like-minded, the people that want to save their family, the people that are truly interested in making a change in their life. I don't want to keep on talking to people to just hear to keep on stirring stuff up. That's why, man, I just ain't doing that no more. I don't want to be around nobody like that no more. I even made our camp private. I made our camp private because I don't want to just have people in the camp that just say, hey, man, I was hanging out with Lead Farmer 73. No, I want people in the camp because you love camping. I want you to be in our camp club because you love fellowshipping with like-minded people. If you don't want that, man, stay away from me. Listen, done. Ain't nothing changed from now to 2020. There has not been the only change that I see, because people still have been getting sick. People have still been taken off this planet. People still getting flooded out. People getting flooded, mudslides, sickness, thunder, forest fires, brush fire, and everybody think everything is okay because the sun is out. I'm not with none of that, man. So yeah, people are saying, "Oh, lead done changed." I have changed. I'm proud of it. I have changed because I don't want to keep taking any of this lightly. In the beginning, when everybody was scared and everybody was scared for their lives, look, what was that? E.F. Hutton. I know I'm aging myself. Everybody was like, what now? What should I do with them cotton balls? How should I put this bug out bag together? Now it's people out here, true story. It's people out here, you ate all your food out your bug out bag. You done ate all your canned goods and you ain't replenished them. You done stopped canning. Ain't nobody looking for no pressure canners no more. Ain't nobody thinking about none of that, putting away food. Ain't nobody thinking about getting extra tents and stuff just in case. Nobody making no bug out bags. Ain't nobody buying no essentials for emergency. No making no tinctures. Ain't nobody out here making no emergency medical boxes. Because they think everything is okay because it ain't on the news. That kills me, yo. How is it that as long as it's on the news, it's an emergency? But in the same breath, you'll say the news media is liars and they don't say what, they ain't telling us the truth. But then we'll turn around and believe them. Sick of that, man. I'm sick of the same people will talk about the news media is liars and they puppets and yada blah blah blah. But then turn around and say, this is what I heard on the news and we need to boopity bippity boop right now. Think about that for a second. Think about it hard. Them same people say the news media is puppets and they only doing what they told to do and blap blip and then turn around and say, guess what I seen on the news? I don't care anymore. I'm a person true to life and that beautiful woman up there, no. I'm not playing with this. It's not funny to me. It's not a game to me. So I'm really showing that on my platform that, man, you gonna get me. You gonna get me. And that's all I can give you. And sometimes I'm a little too real for some folks. I get it. That part of me, I'm trying to tone down. But for the most part, that crazy stuff, man, gotta go. Frankly, it really truly needs to go out of all social media. We haven't, you on your way to work?
All right, and try to get my diploma.
All right. Oh, go get your diploma, man. So, you know how they say, all work and no fun. That saying, man, we doing a lot of playing around, but ain't nobody really putting in no work. That's my own opinion. I'm gonna leave that alone. Like I said, I'm really trying to focus on getting our stuff together. Nothing has changed. I have never stopped preparing. I just stopped making videos about preparing. Let me see what this is. Let me see. Say we should all care, but with so many of us, it's impossible to reach a unanimous understanding. Just adds to giant chaos, whirlwinding, refocusing ourselves on how to navigate through whatever. Well, Shelby, here's my thing. Part of this needs to be, listen, you need to have everybody need to have some kind of discernment and listen, if you can't feel what's in the air like Phil Collins, everybody should have that sense. Everybody don't seem to have it though. When I can have a feeling like this don't feel right, I could be in a perfectly good setting. Or I could be around a perfectly good person that everybody loves. I'm like, something don't sit right with me with this one. Something don't sit right. Everybody might like him. Everybody might love him. Everybody shaking his hand and boosting him up. But this one, not for me. And usually I'm right. I can be in a situation, I will drive all the way to a store and I'll look at the store. I will have the best parking spot on a best day. Everything is raining, but I parked in such a good spot that all I gotta do is run across this little walk line and I'm in the store or something. I will look at that store. I don't care if I just drove 30 miles. Don't feel right. I won't get out the car. I will leave. When I feel that way, I leave. Stop doing that. I leaves. Some people they don't mind. Not me. When I have that feeling in my heart, I act on it because I always feel like that's a sign from the Most High telling me, man, no. I said no now. True story, this morning, I was about to make me a peanut butter sandwich. You know what I did? I grabbed it was 2 knives coming out the dish rack. I know this sounds crazy, but this is how I operate. It's 2 knives coming out the dish rack, the drying rack. And my first one was grab that knife. It's 2 butter knives. One butter knife is pointy for steaks, and one is rounded for smooth stuff like peanut butter. And I was gonna grab that first knife because it's closest to me. Everything in my spirit said, don't grab that one. Because that's the pointed one. I reached over, grabbed the smooth one. Lord is my witness this morning. Just out of my mind, I was curious, was that really the pointy one? Pulled out, pointy one. I didn't put them knives in that drying rack. My son did. Telling you when I feel something tell me don't grab them and don't do it. Damn it, don't go that way. It's a snake over there. Don't go this way. A dude got a gun over there. I don't do it. Maybe I will never see why, but maybe that's good. If something whisper in my ear and tell me don't be doing that, don't do it. And right now, ain't nothing changed for me in my spirit from 2020. Nothing. And we're doing things behind the scenes. Everybody think we crazy. Everybody think that I'm making this bug out trailer for views. Have you ever asked yourself, why haven't I showed you absolutely everything? Why y'all ain't been on none of the trips and stuff with us in that bug out trailer? Ain't even recorded them. I've been up and down the doggone East Coast. Some of y'all seen me to prove it. Some of y'all seen me all the way up from the north to the south, down up and down the East Coast. You've seen me. You said what's up to me. You took a picture with me, but only you know. Why haven't I recorded any of those journeys? Because I'm not playing, man. I'm not kidding around. Some of that stuff, what I'm doing, ain't for recording. It ain't for no videos. It ain't for views. What I'm on, what we on, it ain't for views. I learned that from Freedom Acres. I learned that from Freedom Acres. You know, my wife didn't want me to show Freedom Acres, and I didn't listen. My spirit told me don't show Freedom Acres. I didn't listen. That spirit I just got through telling you about. And no sooner than I show Freedom Acres, the weirdest people ever popped out the woodworks. The weirdest things ever start happening. Never in a million years I would have thought half of the stuff that happened to me, just showing land, happened to me. And I said, never again. When I purchase land again, you'll never know. Unless you keep seeing me at this same Walmart store, you keep seeing me at the same gas station in a whole nother state, you're going to be like, I keep saying land farmer for some reason. You and you alone will be able to put 2 and 2 together if you keep seeing me at that gas station. I will never put that on the internet. Ever. Ever. You won't hear a word about it. Whether I purchased it already, Been there already or not? Nobody here will know about it. After the weirdness. That's that social media part that I keep saying I don't want no part of that. That weird stuff, that trolling, that garbage. I don't want no part of that. My message to you, family, is this before I leave. What has changed between 2020 and today? I'm going to answer it for myself. Nothing. They just ain't screaming and shouting about it on the TV set. That's the only thing that's changed for me. The rest is still, we still in the red to me. We still in critical condition to me. We got 2 or 3 different battles going on either side of us. Everybody worried about getting sick. It ain't the sick you need to be worried about. It's 2 or 3 major battles going on. And we got our mitts in all of it. Listen, this is just true life that you should understand. If you was a person growing up in normal world, okay, which I'm sure you were, it's only a matter of time before they find out who's instigating the fight, get they tail whipped. It was only a matter of time before the boxers realized Don King is a piece of crap. Then everybody turned on Don King. Remember? Only in America. Only in America. We are Don King. We are Don King. Promoting and setting up and arranging these battles. I heard he called you a big old sissy pie. I heard he called you a girly man. I heard it. And I'm done. You keep wondering where all the rumors coming from and who's talking about you and who's doing this. It's coming from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house. And don't nobody even know it. And don't nobody care because the sun is shining. The birds are chirping. You just got a little bonus on your check at work. Your YouTube video did good and it might be going viral. You feeling good. There's reasons for that. Ain't nothing wrong with all that good stuff and ain't nothing wrong with them blessings, but it is something wrong with you putting the reality on the back burner. Because all of this stuff that we see right now is just to keep us occupied and distracted. I said enough. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something about that pear grafting. Thank you for sticking around for Laird's True Hollywood Stories. There's more to come with that. Thank you. Let me see. Karen said, I don't consider myself part of that we, brother. That same Don King is doing the same thing to us here. My identity don't start and end with that flag. Just saying. I don't even understand what you talk about, Karen. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. And, you know, I don't know if I let this video stay up because I know I went off the deep end. But it's just something that's been on my heart, man. If you've been wondering, I know a lot of people been wondering, like, what's going on with Laird? Because, man, I'm tired of that. I'm tired, man, of we have the power of the world in our pockets. Literally. You have the power of your outcome, your future, your finances, your love, your living life and relationships in your pocket. And all we want to use this power for is to see somebody clap their cheeks. We have the power to make a change across the board, on every level. Love, life, relationships, politics, and finance. But we rather watch clapping. We don't care about reality until you the one floating face down in this mudslide. That's when it kicks in, like 2020. Nobody care until you going down the canal face down in a mudslide. That's the only time you care. But right then, it's too late. I'm not waiting for that. And anybody that ain't coming with me on that, good luck to you. I'll leave a couple rounds for you to, I'll hold them off from here. Make a run for it. All right, with that being said, everybody, thank you so much, Lead Farmer 73. I love all of you. Please be safe. And I'm out. Propagate your trees, propagate your fruit trees, propagate your vegetables, make more of one, turn one into 100. Plant it all on your land, on your little patio, in your garden, in your backyard. Get as much food as you can get and can that stuff up, put it away. Nothing has changed between today and 2020. And I'm done. Lead Farmer 73, I love you, and I'm out. Peace.